Hello, blessings, welcome once again. And today we have an interesting topic. We talk a lot about cleansing and detoxing, releasing, relinquishing, and, really letting go of certain things in our life. I know with myself, I started to adopt a more minimalistic life when I had a separation and I went and found a new vibration. It brought about a lot of less frustration when I let go of certain energies. But instead of just talking about the typical food that you might, release, what about relationships? What about friends? What about family? The things that you might replace or the things you might embrace. So where does this topic sit with you on the journey?
Just came to my mind because we do talk so much about the physical and about cleansing the vessel and the body, the mind even, the emotions. But in order to also help cleanse the body and mind and emotions, it has to deal with not just the food that we consume, but also the energies that we surround ourselves with.
Absolutely.
So our friends, our family, your workspace, everywhere you go, really everywhere that you spend your time, you're absorbing the energy from the environment. Or it maybe not absorbing it so much, but it does have an influence on your vibration.
So just like there's an external feng shui, there's also that internal feng shui. So as above, so below, as within, so without. As we're cleansing the body, we're also being cognizant and conscious of the people we're keeping around us, the ideas we're keeping around us, the belief systems we're keeping around us, the words we're keeping around us, the music, everything, it all factors in. But when it comes to relationships, has it been hard when it comes to cleansing certain things, replacing or embracing certain things when it comes to people? Has that been challenging?
I think just like the food in the beginning, it can be a little challenging, especially when it's one of our closest friends or someone we've known for a lot of years,
right? Someone
who's been a good person at some points of our life, but currently are holding you back, or currently are hindering you, or currently their belief system is no longer in alignment with yours.
Right.
And so even though you've been friends for, let's say, 10 plus years even, you just somehow vibrationally just under a different belief system, and like you said, their thoughts and their words are no longer in alignment. So then it's no longer kind of beneficial to keep that connection, and it's actually more beneficial to release that connection, to allow space for a connection that is more in a current alignment with your current alignment. That for those people, those friends, those family members, it doesn't have to be blood family, or people that feel like family can be just not blood family. So you're just allowing space, clearing out things, just like in the body, things that are no longer in alignment. You want to cleanse that out to make space for new energy to enter. Same thing with our friends and family circles, or just the people that our community that we surround ourselves with. We want to surround ourselves with positive community, positive people that have your best interest at heart, that want to see you succeed.
Absolutely.
And support you, genuinely support you.
Yeah, it's so important, and I love this message because, even some of my mentors or some of the people that we look up to, Rocky Chari, Shayna Dean, Elitam Elamin, there have been people that have told us and given their own testimonies when it comes to how they relate or don't relate to their family members when they were embarking on this journey, and throughout the journey, how they relate to them differently. How some of them today, support them now that they see that they're okay, after years of being in this path. But in the beginning, I remember asking them, what does your family think about your lifestyle? And surprisingly enough, some of them were like, they don't know about my lifestyle. I don't talk to them about it. I don't share this with them, and I don't tell them, because that would put a damper on my energy, that I know that they wouldn't approve. So I don't want to scare them or, You know, I just don't want them to be worrying about me. And that concern, that energy of concern and worry, and just that really can kind of infect you, especially if these are people that you grew up with, if these are people that really know you in ways that other people don't know you. Myself, when I was starting out, I remember in downtown Los Angeles, there was not a falling out, but there was almost like an intervention with my family. So my parents, they called me up because I had posted a video, and I mean, I'm in my joy, I'm in my bliss, I'm walking around for miles and miles, living on the ether, right? I'm just loving life in every which way. And I remember that I think one of my aunts sent a video that she saw at the time I posted on Facebook. She sent it to my family. She sent it to my mom. My mom shared it with my father. And both of them got on the phone with me. My mom was crying, shedding tears. My dad was telling me, son, you gotta stop this. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop. And they were both just adamantly trying to tell me, whatever we need to do, we'll send you money. Just please eat something. Just eat something. Just please, you know, thinking that I was really just destroying myself when I had never felt better in all of my life. So that can be very conflicting. Mm-hmm. You know, it can be very conflicting, very constricting when you're feeling so good, but a lot of people, they say what they think you should, you know, or what they think you can, or what they think you can't do. And it can be tough. It can be tough to break away. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you ever have that, you know, when you were starting, did you ever have that with some of your family members, that you had to either distance yourself or not talk about too much, or find that certain topics were off limits for you?
I would say in the very beginning, I got a lot of backlash, a lot of hurtful messages from one of my brothers when I decided to become plant-based and post about veganism and the benefits of living a plant-based life and the benefits it can have on your health and the environment and causing less harm to the animals in the factory farms and everything. I was like really passionate about sharing and posting things like that, and he got, I guess, really upset by it, just started telling me that I was posting misinformation and that I was only doing it to feel better about myself and all kinds of kind of not so nice things. And so it kind of just put a rift, I would say some distance, like you said, between us. We still love each other, like unconditionally. I love my brother so much, but like when you just have different belief systems, that can create like some distance, I would say. So I experienced that. As far as like liquidarianism and more breatharian, pranic living, I mean, I've always been different my whole life. So like my mom fully supports it.
Awesome. Because
she has seen me from, you know, just she knows that we need to trust in what's best for us and the guidance that we're receiving. And that's the way she lives her life. And so I get a lot of support from my mom. I don't talk to my dad more extensively about it, but he definitely knows more of like my lifestyle and what I consume and don't consume. I think he's like, whatever makes you happy, child. You know what I mean? Like, he just wants to see me happy and healthy, and he doesn't care what I do, just as long as I'm healthy and happy. You know, so I think I have a lot of support from my parents, I would say.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a great point, actually, that you make, that, you know, a lot of people just want to see us healthy and happy. At the core, you know, when they love us, they care for us, they just want the best for us. They just want to see us healthy and happy. But if we're doing something at the moment that they feel or they believe so strongly that it's going to have an adverse effect, or they don't think that you could be healthy and happy, they don't believe that anyone should be healthy and happy on a lifestyle such as this, then it can be conflicting at first. But if you're in close proximity with them, I have found when I'm with my family members for an extended period of time and they see how I maneuver in the matrix, and they see how I operate around others, and just they see what I do on the daily.
Yeah.
Slowly that worry goes down.
Yeah.
Slowly the concern goes down. Slowly they start to understand, okay, he's living very differently, but he's okay.
That's exactly, I feel like, how my dad is.
Okay.
Maybe at first he was like, what do you... I remember I first told him that I stopped eating meat.
Right.
He's like, you're not eating meat now? Like, what? Like, he couldn't even, like, he was like, what? And so, like, I think in the beginning, with all my transitioning, he's been kind of like, what? But like you said, the more that he just sees me and I tell him, like, what I'm doing with my life, and he's just, that worry goes down less and less.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that would be great for anyone, if you're currently going through a time or a transition period in your journey, and you're wondering, like, if you'll ever have a support system around you. You maybe have friends, family members, and loved ones who don't necessarily believe the things that you're learning or unlearning about what it is to be nourished, what it is to feel, the energy at a different level. Don't lose hope, don't lose faith. Just realize that, of course, you might embrace, you might replace, you might have other people come around, but don't let it get you down. If certain people that you've been with that might have been lifelong bonds or bonds that have been there for years might turn out a little bit different just because you're going in different directions, So, yeah, I remember there was one instance where I was at like this, not like a festival, but there was an event. And it was in San Antonio, Texas. And I remember a couple of my friends, and we had known each other for so many years. We were with each other, and they were going to different stands and different food places. And here I am, just fasting. Of course, I think I was dry at that moment. And I was just breathing, breathing. And they were like, yo, Jerome, you want anything? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then they got a beer over here. They're like, yo, you want anything? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then they got some food over there, like, you want anything? And I'm, no, I'm good. And then, like, after a while, they kind of give me the side eye, like, yo, when's the last time you ate? And then, like, both of them just kind of looked at me like, when was the last time you had anything? Like, they kind of questioned, they were scratching their heads, like, this is not like you. We know you can chow down, like, you can put it away. So when's the last time? And I kind of was like, hey guys, I don't want to freak you out, but it's been a little while. And after that point, Janet, like, it slowly, not immediately, but slowly, it felt like there was a distance. It felt like there was a rift. It felt like there was just a shift in the connection that we had once had, and we slowly kind of fell out of contact. And one of those friends, I do still keep up. We talk, maybe every other month, we play chess, we talk to each other, but the other friend completely fell out of contact. And that was one of the friends that I thought was like lifelong bond. We're brothers forever. So when I saw that, I realized that, just because I'm living very differently, sometimes it can, for whatever reason, either it's intimidating to someone, it's weird to someone, it just doesn't compute, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, you're both on different paths. It doesn't mean that his is wrong and mine is right. It's just, you're going in different directions. And that was one of the biggest lessons for me. You sound like you could relate.
Yeah, one of my best friends for like 9 years. We don't talk at all anymore.
Yeah.
And I thought she'd be in my life like forever, a lifelong friend,
Yeah.
But just going in different directions. Maybe what I was doing, like you said, was just too different or too weird, or just going in different directions.
Yeah.
So, but in letting go of like that one friend, I got like 5 friends, 10 friends in place of that one friend. So, as opposed to before I started this lifestyle and like just doing what I feel is really best for myself, strongly, I had few friends,
Mm-hmm.
but like now that some of those friends have, like I said, I always make space, just
Right.
like we're making space internally,
Right.
making space in our friend circle. Just now we have a whole community,
Mm-hmm.
whole people all over the world, like
Absolutely.
in all different states and all different continents, countries, that are just embodying like the same, more of the same like-mindedness.
Mm-hmm.
I would say more of the same belief system, more of the same intentions, living their lives more in the same way, making similar choices
Mhm.
and behaviors, and just everything, just living more in alignment
Yeah.
with the way I am. And so it's just like, just increases the, like everything you're doing when you have
Mm-hmm.
not only yourself that's doing it, but when you have someone else or a whole community
Mm-hmm.
of people that support you
Right.
and know what you're doing and have experienced the benefits for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can all come together and be an even greater example
Mm-hmm.
of this lifestyle and what is possible and what is an option for everybody
Yeah.
if they choose.
Yeah. So just remember, great message, like your vibe attracts your tribe. You keep it alive, And even trees, they say trees lose their leaves every year, but they still wait, for more leaves to come, So you might, lose a few leaves here and there, but, there's going to be new growth,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And whenever you make space, and in that in-between time where you might feel alone or kind of isolated, it's actually a gift
Mm.
to have time with no interference,
Mm-hmm.
to focus on yourself.
Yes.
And then you can better hear yourself. You'll better hear the guidance that's needed
Mm-hmm.
when you don't have interference or people around you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take it like, oh, I'm alone, I don't have anybody. No, you have yourself, and you have your higher self always guiding you.
Right.
And it's a blessing and a gift for those increments of time where we experience just by ourselves, where that's when like tremendous growth takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel bad in those in-between times either, and know that the more you shine your authentic light and your authentic self,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to attract the friends just in divine timing.
Absolutely. So realize there can be inspiration and isolation, that those can be some of the greatest moments for creation when you have time for relaxation, recalibration, for sure. So much love. Thank you so much for listening. Blessings to you, and I trust that this helped you. Much love.